What's going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to Aegis Comics of Alaska, Alaska's comic book shop. Our attack of the show live. We've got a special guest with us tonight, and we're going to be just pumping up what's going on at Comic-Con 2022 in the Valley. We see a couple of you here right now. We've got Glenn. We've got Mountain Girl 89. Lon, what's going on, brother? What is going on? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you guys. And let's see here. We're going to give a special thank to our sponsors. No, we're not, because that's not working right now. But we will give a special thanks to Kevin here. Let me see if I can find Kevin here. Do we have Kevin? No. Wait, is this going to work? Let's see. Nope. It looks like I changed up some things, and unfortunately, some of my clips aren't up and running, but which is the result of this.
Emotional damage.
God. Well, welcome to the show, my man.
Hey.
Let me see, bringing us both on here. All right, perfect. All right. So, welcome, guys. We have Brandon. He is a local Alaska cosplayer who's actually sponsored by Sim Cosplay. I know that you've been doing the cosplay for about 10 years now. I want to show them a couple of examples here. We've got, this is you with the Batman here. And let me...
Hey, we're on my favorite hero day. Can't get any better than that.
Oh my God, yeah. Unfortunately, I had to delete a scene, and it caused some issues here. I'm going to fix this here real quick. So, boom. Okay, one sec. I will bring on these photos here. I apologize, guys. Things were working, and then Murphy came in and attacked. But I've got a backup here. So we've got this one here that I love. Why don't we talk about how did you get into this in the first place?
That's so interesting because, I've loved cosplay for as long as I can remember. I was always the guy that would go to theaters dressed up, and everybody like, you're going like that, and you're gonna sit in a theater like that the whole time. And some people will be embarrassed with me to come to movies, but I don't care. I've always loved immersing myself in different universes. And quite honestly, a couple years ago, I found Sim Cosplay because my wife and I were going to do Kylo Ren and Rey for Arctic Comic Con. And I liked the suit so much that I reached out to them one day and I said, hey, could we do business? And to my shock, I really expected just to get a no thank you. He said, yeah, what do you have in mind? And so a couple emails back and forth, and here we are doing business 2 years later. So I work with a guy named Bruce. He's a super amazing guy. Always has an ear open for new ideas and stuff, which is really neat. They're actually all the way in China, but he's always, I don't know, he's just a super cool guy. He's always willing to help out. He's always willing to listen to new things, and he's with the times. He sees what's coming up, and he's always on target with new lines of product. And I just shout out to their costume designers because, I know a lot of people are really talented out there, but they get a lot of detail right, and that's something I mention in my videos a lot.
Wow. Let me show them another one, and then we'll take them to the site here. This is that White Ranger. My God, man. That is super accurate. Yeah. And that's Sim Cosplay as well?
So the suit is, the helmet is not. The helmet came from GameStop.
Wow.
But that's what inspired me to get the suit. But yeah, that's just like, I was like, let's see what their spandex does, right?
Yeah.
And it turned out really well. And I just, I was just really impressed. And that was actually the first suit that I got after saying, hey, can we do business? I thought, hey, I'll start off with something inexpensive and light. and we'll give this a shot. And he was on board, and so I had a lot of fun with this little shoot. This is at my old apartment that I used to live at, and just took some of my that Saba's old 1995 original Bandai toy. It's really easy to mix my cosplay with things I've collected over the years, so that makes it even more fun.
Yeah, this is. I have to admit, this is amazing. What you got going on here, and let me show these guys here what you're talking about. Let me click here. All right, so this is their website here, and I was blown away by the stuff that was there. And so, what brought you to them again? I mean, how did you even realize that these guys existed?
I was just hunting. So my wife and I, so we had a lot going on in that time span. So we were gonna go. So we had a WrestlePro event we were going to the weekend before we got married, and then we were going to get married, and the next weekend we were going to go to art at Comic-Con. And we bounced all these ideas around because we wanted to do Star Wars. We knew that. And we thought about making it. And we're like, we're crazy. We've never even done that. And two, we're not going to have time. Like, we're literally going to go to WrestlePro, have family, get married, go honeymoon, and then we're going to come back. Like, there's no time for this. And so we're like, all right, let's just start hunting. And I found these guys by accident. And I ordered a Kylo Ren and Rey from Last Jedi. And I remember the first time I put on that suit, I said, oh my gosh, this is legitimate quality stuff. And for the prices they ask, you really couldn't ask for more.
No, that's amazing. Look at this Moon Knight. $105 for a Moon Knight? Let's see.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that, guys.
And nothing's misrepresented in the pictures either. That's something that I really love about these guys. They don't leave anything out. Now, they made a couple errors on their websites that I've let Bruce know, and they've made corrections, which is really neat. But they're everything they say they are, and that's really cool.
Wow. Yeah, this Moon Knight is fire. Wow. Wow. And let me see here. Let's go back. I mean, they're Power Rangers. There's Spider-Man. I mean, it's on and on. Oh, yeah. Look at this Spider-Gwen.
Yeah. I spend most of my time in the Marvel DC stuff, obviously. But they got Resident Evil, and they've got all kinds. They do a lot of anime, too, which I have zero knowledge of.
Oh, wow. But our girl, JC at the shop would love... she'd lose herself on this page. She would probably spend her entire paycheck on this page. Let me take a look here. Oh, no kidding. So Amy says that this is where she got some of her stuff in the past. Well, we should have used his promo code.
The promo code, guys, does two things, right? So it gets you a discount, but it also lets them know that you're viewing my content. And that is more important than anything for me, is letting them know that there is traffic coming from me. That's because my job is to help build them and to help show their cosplay. Now, that doesn't mean that when I do this, I'm not honest. There have been a couple of things that I've gotten and said, don't recommend it, right? I'm still very honest. It's not like I'm getting paid by these guys, but
right.
Most of the time I don't have anything negative to say. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing business with them. So it's really cool that they see when they use my code that where it's coming from and where it's being represented.
Got it. And I'm just looking at all this. Look at this. What is this? The Barry Allen flat?
Yeah,
wow.
That's my most recent video. Check it out when you get a chance. But I just did a review on that.
Here, right here.
In the first place. So I'm probably going to modify that and get it to sit down so it's not protruding off of the cosplay, because that's going to bother me a whole bunch. But so you got some shoulder pads.
Yeah, it's guys, the link for his page is on is in the description. It's Green Ranger 1701, and please make sure that you head over today and subscribe to his channel. We'd all appreciate it. It's the right thing. Let me take a look here. So, yeah, it is amazing. Now, what can you tell people about the sizes, though? Because it seems like that's probably the only thing that I've had issues with all of these companies is that it seems like their sizing charts aren't accurate. What would you say about that?
Okay, so this is the most asked question I get in any comment on any video. People say, "How tall are you? How much do you weigh? Did they get it right?" And to you guys, I say, anything except for spandex, they tailor. So you send them your measurements, and don't send them, good old static measurements. Send them flexing, things like that. But send your measurements. It's, it asks for, chest, waist, hip. Do those measurements, and they'll get it right. I've only had a couple of times when something didn't fit to where I couldn't get it on, and that's just few and far between. But the only thing that I see that I have to go a size down on is my shoe size. Like I tell them 10 and a half, and that is way too large, which is what I wear. But I ask them for about a 9.5, and it usually comes in fitting just about right. So if it's not
Wow.
spandex, give them your tailor size. It doesn't cost any extra, so you might as well get it fitting just right for you.
Would it be better if we sent our measurements in the centimeters to them, or will they go with the inches and the
I
U.S.
customarily do
measurements?
inches. I usually do inches, and the reason that kind of works for me is on my DDPY app. As you know, I'm an instructor. I do progress photos and measurements every month, and so there's actually a spot for all your progress to see, where you've gained muscle, lost weight, and things like that. So I just I go in, I say, all right, what's my recent measurements, and I just send that, I screenshot it, and send it to Bruce. So,
Wow. Okay. Okay.
but it even gives you a breakdown. So they're really good. There's only been one suit, and I've gotten a lot of suits. There's only been one suit I didn't fit.
Wow. And what is the exact or what is the discount that they'll receive?
7%.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's more than what the website's offering because the website's offering what
Currently, I
five
think they're at
percent.
8 for Halloween, but generally it's about a
Yeah,
5.
it's about a 5%. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
awesome. So,
And we do
guys,
a lot of
please.
giveaways.
Yeah.
Hit up their Facebook, their Instagram. Bruce does tons of giveaways all the time. And there's usually like first, second, and third prizes, all suits.
Wow. So, what can our guests expect at the workshop for Comic Con? We have workshop that you're hosting Saturday and Sunday at our Comic Con. What can they expect?
Well, we're just going to talk a little bit about, why Sing Cosplay is a good company. When it's time to choose something different, how to select your cosplay. I think one of the biggest misconceptions about cosplay is people think that it has to be made, right? It has to be handcrafted, or it's garbage, or even going out and buying like a suit from Spirit Halloween or something isn't acceptable. Look, whatever you feel cool in is your cosplay, and anybody who's out there running their mouth and judging shouldn't be out there at all, right? I used to wear those big bulky suits. I remember my first Winter Soldier cosplay. I went to Wizard World 2014 in Indy, and I went into those big bulky muscle suits and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
cut my hair. I thought I looked cool, right? And
yeah,
nobody judged it. I actually had an actor from Star Trek come out to me and ask me for a picture with him. Right? I thought that was cool. So
yeah.
first and foremost, don't let people tell you what looks cool. If it's comfortable for you, then that's all that matters. So that's gonna be one of the things I cover, and just how to find what's right for you. And I like to modify a lot. So times when I get cosplay and I say, oh, you know, maybe they'll send me a weird, like, little cheesy prop, right? Maybe I'll have the real prop, right? Like Green Ranger, or my White Ranger cosplay. I have, Legacy Saba, original Saba. I have things I can add, so it's really cool to accessorize too, and just go find little things. My Green Arrow cosplay, that mask did not come with it. I bought one online, but I found one that matched the suit. So we're going to talk about accessorizing as well.
Wow. Okay, that is awesome. We're super excited that you said yes. We're so happy that
Super excited you asked.
yeah, yeah. I think it's going to be really good. And I think a lot of people, they've made a lot of mistakes on who they purchase from in the cosplay game because I had it where our One Punch Man that we ordered, which I love, and that was one of my first. that was, yeah, that's probably one of my first cosplay ever, and that's what we opened up the shop with, and the red gloves that it comes with, no way on earth would they fit me. They were sized for like a tiny little kid. Everything else was perfect except for the gloves. The gloves were just made me very sad. Very tiny fingers, very sad.
Like everybody struggles in the gloves. Sim does too sometimes, But they've also taken, like I said, ideas. I can't tell you how many cosplay I got in my first year that did not have a zipper and the crotch, so you can go use the restroom. If you're going to be in this thing for hours, give the guys some opportunity for relief, right? And now they
Yeah,
have zipper but everything, and they hide it very effectively, where it's not noticeable and doesn't take away from the cosplay. So I'm just really impressed by their just the way they take feedback. They don't just say,
nice.
here's this multi-built, heavily produced thing, take it or leave it. This is what you get, right? They're very open to feedback, and that's not something you find too often.
Yeah, I enjoy that there is this industry that helps people, with this escapism, and this is a healthy escapism. It's here. Let me go to the screen share again. I mean, just I am distracted by how cool a lot of these outfits are, man. I mean, the Captain Marvel, the what is this one? What is this? Oh, we got Star-Lord. Let's see what this one is. Let's click on this. Oh, Icarus. Okay.
Yeah, an Eternals cosplay. Yeah,
Yeah.
they stick with the times. They really do get on board with stuff, and
Ooh,
it's crazy
wee.
too.
Look at that Captain America. Wow. That is America's ass. Yeah.
So a quick fun story with the Batman, right? It got delayed so many times, right? We had leaking photos on the net and things like that, but we didn't get a really solid view of the Batman suit, right? Sim dropped it on their website about a full year before the Batman actually came to screen. And so when I ordered it, I was super weary, right? Because I'm like, nobody has a really good idea of what this looks like. And when they sent it, I reviewed it, I looked at it, I was like, this is really neat. Now the question is it screen accurate? And then the movie rolled
Wow.
out, and I said, wow, they didn't miss a beat. Where did they get this information from? Maybe they found something I didn't, but I looked and looked and looked. I said, you got the photo of him like on the motorcycle. You had, you had the rotating of the initial 30-second promo of Battinson in the suit, but you didn't have just a blueprint of the Batman cosplay. So I was just so impressed that they were able to take so little knowledge and make it so screen accurate.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing, man. But like I said, I've been going through their site today, and I'm just blown away by how accurate they do get. So, and I can see where you'd want to add on. Maybe you want to get actual boots instead of the slip-on stuff that they have. So you can still customize these a bit, and I see that in your YouTube videos that you do encourage people to. Like I know that you've made some modifications after the fact to make it even more functional. Because obviously, this company, for what they're charging for their product, there's no way that they could make it like super accurate. I was looking for Amy. Amy was gonna divorce me if I did it, but I was looking at a legit Iron Man suit, and
They're like
this thing,
15K, right?
yeah, and we're yeah, with shipping 15,000, but like they're so ridiculous that you could put them like on a mount, and it has a remote control where you could activate the lights and have the repulsors going off and all kinds of stuff. That it was like, wow.
One of my buddies in Arkansas owns one, and he goes to
Oh
charities and things like that with it. It's super neat.
yeah, I you know it might get to the point that I end up just doing a significant write-off purchase.
I need one of those.
Yeah, but I think Amy's going to be upset with me. I mean, as it is right now, Amy's upset about how aggressive I can be with the grandkids when it comes to competition. I'm sure you guys seen this on Instagram, but
love it. I love it. That is amazing. I love your
So
reels. Every time I see them, I will take a second and I will watch because it is original and it is classic stuff.
I appreciate that, man. So X11 Bravo, the way we work around this is Alaska, but still we have to have safety. Alaska, everybody carries firearms, but when it comes to the events, we have to have safety because the guns are not holstered in cosplay. So we have to have different rules because of that. So if people go to our website, we have a section just on the cosplay rules, and we have a very clear weapons policy concerning our cosplay. So we direct all of our cosplayers that are coming to attend this event to actually read the policy, because you will be turned away if you violate this policy, and that's just for safety. Because at the end of the day, you're literally violating every standard firearms rule when you're in cosplay. You're pointing your weapon, you have your weapon unholstered, and it's because you're cosplaying. So as a result of that, it's different rules. If we were at a firing range, weapons would be holstered, fingers would be off the trigger. There'd be all these rules. This is cosplay. We expect you to act. We expect you to do role play while you're doing cosplay. So this is why we have such strict rules. So make sure that you're visiting the site. And then, of course, we have the lovely Amy and her cosplay. So, and then with you, my friend, up here, that's that. So when was this photo taken? And tell us about this cosplay here.
So that was taken 2019, first Alaska Comic Con at the Carlson Center in Fairbanks. The wife was 7 months pregnant, walking around with me for multiple hours as I cosplayed and stuff. But this was one of my early ones. This is the Green Arrow season cosplay that I ordered. Like I said, the mask didn't come with it. I actually got it. I found it on Amazon actually for a fairly good price, and it really fit in really well. But the fun story. This is one of my favorite cosplay, and that's because when my wife was pregnant, we were thinking about really cool ways to do gender reveals, and I was on YouTube one night just watching all these gender reveals ideas, and I was hating the majority of them. And I came across this one at a lady and a man at this big rodeo studio, right? Like where like all the bulls run around and stuff. And someone had a compound bow and they just shot something and it exploded and it revealed the gender. I said, that would be neat. A longbow and some Green Arrow cosplay. And I looked at my wife and I said, what do you say? She's like, okay. And so
Wow.
this cosplay was specifically ordered for gender reveal.
Wow. So this has more sentimental value than anything else.
Absolutely, more or less, because I hit it on the first try and I was terrified. Right, you never live it down if you miss. So
Oh, so you legit fired the arrow for the gender reveal.
I did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was more
Wow.
terrifying than the birth itself. I think it was having everybody watching. We were
Wow.
Facebooking live, and we had 35, 40 people there, and yeah, I practiced for like 4 hours at her dad's house in his backyard for like hours the day before, just making sure I was going to do this right. It was fun,
Wow. Okay.
but
Okay.
very sentimental value for sure.
Wow. Okay. That is awesome. That is awesome. You left me speechless on that because that would be super cool. The more I think about that. Yeah.
We just
Yeah.
want to make sure we had our own spin on it, right? We wanted to be unique and about our interests and things like that. I mean, Autumn, her name is Autumn because it's our favorite time of year. She was born in the freaking spring, but it's our
Wow.
favorite time of year. And her middle name is Rogue because of X-Men. So
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Yes.
props to my wife. She's the one who came up with that. We had a list of names, and she was just like, "What do you think of this?" And I was like, "I'm in love with it." So we went with it.
I'm trying to get one of our grandkids named Voltron, but they're not having it right now. They won't
One
have
of my
it.
best friends, I kid you not, his son's name is Kal-El.
Oh,
I
damn it.
can't believe his wife went for it. She totally did.
Yeah. That's a good point here. The I find that the Comic Cons. So X11 Bravo was talking about that he recalled when he went to a con in Vegas, and they were making people remove any weapons that appeared realistic. Now you also have to understand the Vegas in particular is going to be very hypersensitive to that, especially with things that have happened in the past there.
Well,
By
the
the
amount of people
Mandalay
that
and
feel
stuff,
bad.
and the number of people there. So, but yeah, I could see. I could see 100%. They're 100% valid for doing that, and yeah, you'll find that every major Comic Con is has a cosplay policy, and specifically for weapons. And we knew that if we were going to do a Comic Con, that we needed to follow the trends of the senior Comic Cons, right? Your San Diego Comic Con, your New York Comic Con, your Chicago Comic Con, your Terrific Con. So we're not reinventing the wheel there. We're essentially cutting and pasting their cosplay weapons policy onto ours, and I think that's the right thing to do. Especially since when you're looking at San Diego Comic Con, we looked at their numbers. I think it was like, oh man, I had these numbers memorized, and now it's gone away now. But it was something like it was over $3 million that they bring in revenue just to the local economy. That's not even what their revenue is at the con itself. And so that tells me immediately that when they write their policies, that's not their homie in the background, their cosplay buddy that's writing those up. They had a lawyer write those up. That 100%, they had a lawyer write those up. So,
And if I could speak to that a little bit too, Lou. So, guys,
please.
a few years ago, anybody who knows who the original Green Ranger is, Jason David Frank, some random guy went in with a plot to kill him at a con a few years ago. I mean, this guy came in with a ton of legitimate weapons and was going to kill him, literally. And no one checked him. And you think that cons were hypersensitive before that. There are people who don't know how to separate reality from fantasy. And some people, this is the scary part, right? We read about dumb stuff all the time. So sometimes it can feel like the fun is being sucked out of cons when you know something is fake and it's just fun. But you got to think about the consequence of not having those rules, right? I mean, everybody has a home to go to, and we want to go and enjoy it and be safe. And I don't think that's a unrealistic expectation.
Yeah, perfect. No, excellent. You have some excellent recommendations for sure. I will tell you that we haven't had any issues, thank God, up here, but people just follow the policies. The only time we had an issue recently, I think you heard about this, was on J-Bear. We had stormtroopers show up. Clearly, they were stormtroopers. One of the orange tabs fell off of the barrel, but anyone who knows weapons, especially on base, knew that what they had was completely not functional. It was like this. It was, God, I want to be careful how I say it, but it wasn't high quality for the gun itself. Okay, so the outfit itself was fantastic. It looked like they ran out of budget when they did the gun anyway. They called base security. Some random woman called base security and said that there was people dressed up as stormtroopers that were harassing customers and were essentially doing an active shooter at the exchange. These guys at no time ever pointed their weapon. You know how stormtroopers typically stand with the weapon down the whole time? You know, it's like the standard Star Wars pose is the down pointed down, just this, I forgot the official name for that stance, but essentially that's where they were at. And I remembered the manager joking with base security saying, once they responded, so let me let you know, they show up in force. These guys, it's all of the security forces start showing up. They show K9, everything. They see the stormtroopers, immediately holster their weapons and go to a more relaxed posture. They immediately understand, this is a bad call. This is a BS call. And it helped that the manager was like, guys, they're stormtroopers. They could have hit the broadside of a barn.
I think I read about this, Lou. I think I heard about the orange piece falling off the gun and becoming a big deal. It's like an accident mixed with a Karen made a really bad situation,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, it looks like people are subbing up. You just reached 500. Congrats, man.
Well, that now means that there's going to be a giveaway, because I said a while back that once my channel hit 500, there was going to be a giveaway. So now I got to work on the details. I'm excited.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Everyone's saying your mic is quiet. Do you have a volume control on yours that you can max out?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I thought I had. How do we sound now?
How's he sounding now, guys? Can you guys hear him okay? Go ahead and give him a check. No, you give him a check. No, you do it.
Is it good? Is we good here? I mean,
I can hear you.
I set up my Yamaha today, so I'm not surprised there's any little issues there.
No, I can hear you just fine, but it's when it gets broadcast out that sometimes. Oh, you are 5x5. Perfect.
Okay.
So whatever you did is perfect. All right.
Well, mine says I'm about the same. But.
Everybody else is hearing you. No, Glenn is my tech guy, man. He knows all this.
Well, all right. So the wife says it's better than it started. So
okay.
All right. What about now? This is my final attempt here, because I don't want to waste a whole bunch of Lou's time messing with my volume.
No, you're fine, man. That's why we go live.
Right.
Live is fun. Let me. Because I always
speak a little bit more.
Well, I think we'll break it up for a sec, and for the guys that are on right now, I see several of you on right now. We are going to do our usual kryptonite. Yeah.
Just so everybody knows, that Avengers Infinity War, if Batman had showed, everybody could just went home and he would just dealt with that on his own. Just saying.
Yeah, 100%. And it's Batman Day, so we got to give some respect there. Yeah, he would have figured out some way. He would have brought Darkseid with him or something, and tricked Darkseid into fighting him or something else. Ugh.
Anybody who thinks Batman isn't smart can just watch Justice League Doomsday or read it.
Oh, so good. So what the important question that we should have asked you is, what got you into cosplay? What made you choose to do this as a hobby?
Oh, like I said, I don't know. I'm immersing myself in different things. It's funny, my older brother makes so much fun of me for being into Lord of the Rings. So like, he's such a down to earth guy in terms of the things that he likes. I mean, he likes Star Trek and whatnot, but that's about as far as it goes. So he always calls me, all kinds of funny names for being into different things. But that's how I've always been separate from most of my family. I'm not afraid to suit up and go somewhere. And like when I go to the theater, I went as the Batman. I went by myself, and there was some finger pointing and laughing, but the majority of the people thought it was amazing, and those are the people I pay attention to. But for me, it's just, this is really fun. And what increased the desire to do it more was being able to do business sim cosplay and have all these wonderful opportunities lined out where I can just do it, even more. And it just fuels. And so shooting these videos is so fun, and being able to listen to people's feedback and share why a suit works, why it doesn't, what I think of it, and just having people pay attention to your feedback is just really neat. I mean, like I said, I just now hit 500 followers. I'm no big deal, but just I just have so much fun seeing how close I can get to these characters, right? Like that Green Arrow one you showed, for example, like hiding my hair in some of these cosplay, like in the Batman, it's so difficult, but it's such a fun challenge because I want to do my best to look like those characters. I'm going to come as close as I can. So it's just super fun. It's something I've always been into. When I was a kid, I was always into like Batman suits and stuff like that. My parents bought me like the '94 Power Rangers gloves that you just like press the button and they made noise. And you always found me in the superhero aisles and the action figures and the dress ups. Halloween is always in September. It gets started for me, So I take all the opportunities to dress up sooner rather than later. Cosplay just gives me an excuse to dress up year round. So
I think that's why Comic Cons have become such a thing now, huh? It allows you to do that year round, or well, as close to year round as you can, because I don't know, there's got to be a month or two in the year where there is no Comic Cons, but boy, little by little, it's starting to become a thing where I think I see at least something on one of our feeds where there's a Comic Con going on, even in January and February. And
well, I mean, Alaska Comic Con happens in February in Fairbanks. I drive to Fairbanks every year for it.
That is a fantastic Comic Con. My God.
I do Arctic every April, and now you're doing this consistently. I'm going to do this every year when you have that. I love that the scene is growing here, right? This is something that we didn't have any of until Arctic 4 or 5 years ago. We didn't have a Comic Con scene at all. You had to go to a different state, which is what I would do, right? When I went to Wizard World in Indy in 2014, that was the only way I could attend a con unless you went to Emerald City, or either way you were going out of state. And so just to see that we have somebody on the scene in Alaska now is fantastic, because we are becoming more mainstream than people think, and there's a lot more existence for that market, and I think that's starting to show. Arctic has stepped up their guests, Alaska has stepped up their guests. It's becoming more obvious that there is a market here for those things, and I'm glad it's being seen, because there are people like me that were just kind of sitting on the wayside with all this cool stuff and nowhere to wear it, right?
Right.
Nowhere to do with it. And I think that's amazing that we get more opportunities now.
Fantastic, man. That makes it worthwhile for all of us, man. I think that it definitely keeps us motivated to keep these events going. For those of you that haven't heard, we are having a Comic Con. It is October 22nd, 23rd at the Matsu Resort in Wasilla, over there, Everett. It's right on the lake there, so you get a beautiful view of the lake, and you get to come and cosplay. We have, here, I'll do my screen share. We have several passes, so if you go here, and we still have room for sponsors. First off, we want to give a special thanks to all our sponsors: SoCal Comics, The Awakenings, this ugly guy here who does real estate, POPL, the alternative for business cards. It's that digital business card where you just tap. Matsu Valley Federal Credit Union and Hall Quality Homes. And when you click on the buy tickets link on our website, we have the VIP pass, the vendor pass is already sold out, the weekend pass, the Saturday pass, and the Sunday pass. Right now, all of them are on early bird special, so you will save a significant amount of money. If you wait until the day of, the prices are going to go up the day of the event. So make sure do your early bird. You can buy them online here, or you could buy them at the shops, either on JBear or at the Wasilla shop. The VIP pass is really cool. The VIP pass, they are limited, but they're going to allow you to come in an hour earlier each day for Saturday and Sunday. You get to have coffee on us and get to hang out with us. You get to mingle with all the vendors. They get to meet you. They get to meet our gaming people, and they get to meet all of our visiting artists. So they get unrestricted access to everyone both days. And they're also going to get special commissioned artwork from our main artist, Mike Provo and Ben Harvey. So they're going to get special autographed, special edition artwork. And they're also going to get a signed copy of our retailer exclusive Postmasters with COI, and they're going to get a courtesy copy of both of our Red Sonja retailer exclusives. So there's a lot to gain at the con. And our raffle, which benefits Alaska Healing Hearts, which is a group that supports our veterans up here. That raffle is going to consist of sideshow statues that we showed on our last show. So we've got a rogue sideshow statue and a couple of others. And then we also have a lot of collectible books, a lot of them donated by Uncle Frank's. For those of you that are watching, if you want to donate to the raffle, once again, it benefits the Alaska Healing Hearts. Please do so. And for information on how to get our tickets, you can just go to our website. And our website is aegiscomicsalaska.com. That is aegiscomicsalaska.com. You can visit us there. And, of course, we have the link in the bio. The other way that you can support the shop is by purchasing or by joining our Patreon. And our Patreon link is also in the description below. And we also have Aegis swag, so we also have our shirts that are available, our swag shop, and when you go on the website here, you have we've got the swag shop here, so you can rep Alaska's shop with our swag, and we've got a bunch of stuff on the site available right now. We've got the new design, we've got stickers, coffee cups, leggings, thanks to Amy, we've got hoodies, we've got you name it, we have it available there. We got borderline obnoxious with all this stuff. So let me bring you back on here, and let me bring you here.
I see Glenn is asking if kids get in free.
Kids 10 and under get in free. So kids 10 and under are free for the Comic-Con. So we are not a babysitting company, so thou shalt have your children under your control, or they will be sold for slavery. Just kidding. But they will. There was a restaurant in Palmer that had that sign. Yeah, did you ever see that sign that it was at the... damn it, I don't want to say the name of the restaurant because people take it all out of context, but it was a joke, but it said unattended children will be sold off to slavery. Like, it was just crazy. Like,
yeah, that sounds familiar. There's a few interesting signs that you'll see these places. They get really gutsy.
Yeah, it's for fun.
You take it out of context sometimes.
Yeah, clearly they're not going to do that, but it's funny that we even have to put out that disclaimer, but yeah. But here is your time. So the floor is yours. Anything that you want to promote, and any events that you're going to be attending, whether it be the Comic-Con or any other events, and anything you want to promote, here you go.
Well, I didn't come to the attention of doing that. Of course, follow my channel, Green Ranger 1701 on YouTube. That's also a page on Facebook, which I hear numbers are going away from these days. I'm really trying to get my TikTok going. I feel like an old man when it comes to that. I'm really behind on using the TikTok gig. So I understand the numbers at Reels are the thing nowadays. So nothing really to promote there aside from just support Lou and Amy and the awesome crew at Aegis. They are sincere individuals, and the more we support them, the more we get opportunities like this, and we have more opportunities to have fun. So if I can come away with anything today, just make sure that we show them our support, because being an independent comic shop like they are is hard enough to survive in these times. Add in trying to put on really cool events like this, and it can seem a lot harder. So support your local comic shops, do what you can. I look forward to seeing you guys at the panel both days. Thanks again, Lou, for inviting me. The only thing I will say and promote is the way I stay in my cosplay is DDPY. So if you haven't tried it, try it. And I'm looking at you, Glenn.
Nice. And well, thank you so much for your time, and thank you all guys for viewing today. We know that you have your choice in what you want to do on the Saturday, and you chose to come and watch this silliness here. We appreciate you, and we hope to have you back on the show. Hopefully, we can maybe do something where we're just promoting this hobby, man, because the cosplay hobby feeds into the comic book hobby and vice versa. It's a symbiotic relationship. So
it really is, and you just name the day, I'll be here.
Alrighty. Well, guys, thank you so much. We hope that you have a great night. Remember that immediately following this is Spine Ticks, and make sure that you check them out. And I will make sure to have all this tech stuff kind of solved for next week. I have no idea what went wrong today, but it's stereotypical, man. Amy makes fun of me all the time. So, guys, thank you so much. Have an awesome night, and we will see you next time.